Unveiling the harsh truth of UK poverty. When you think of the United Kingdom, poverty isn't the first thing that comes to mind. It's one of the richest countries in the world, home to a record number of billionaires. However, a cost of living crisis is driving many people into poverty. Action is needed before it's too late. Let's explore the facts for context. The reality of poverty in the UK. Over 4.4 million people, or 1 in 5 individuals in the UK, live in poverty, including a staggering 4.2 million children. Poverty is a complex issue, but ensuring children are fed should be straightforward. According to the Joseph Rowntree Foundation, 3.8 million people are living in destitution, with over 1 million of these being children. Government cuts and rising living costs. Government cuts to essential services have exacerbated the situation, putting immense pressure on millions of low-income families. Every prime minister in recent years has struggled to tackle this problem effectively. The reality is that many people are struggling just to afford the basics and are increasingly reliant on charities and food banks for survival. This issue isn't limited to the unemployed. Even nurses are using food banks to get by, as highlighted by The Guardian. Inadequate government support. Current government benefit programs are insufficient. They don't cover basic living costs, leaving many in poverty despite receiving support. Housing costs are a significant burden, consuming a large portion of income and leaving little for essentials like food, heating, and transport. The situation is even more dire in major cities where high housing costs make it challenging for low-income families to find affordable accommodation. Discrimination and inequality. Discrimination and inequality are also major factors. Ethnic minorities, disabled people, and single parents are more likely to face employment barriers and higher poverty rates. This discrimination limits access to well-paid jobs, education, and training, perpetuating the cycle of poverty. The rising cost of living. The rising cost of living, particularly food and energy prices, has strained already stretched budgets. Many families are forced to choose between heating their homes and feeding themselves, a choice no one should have to make. According to the Office for National Statistics, this financial hardship affects every aspect of a person's life and well-being. Health implications. Poverty has severe health implications. People living in poverty are more likely to suffer from malnutrition, breathing problems, and chronic conditions such as diabetes and heart disease. Healthy food is often more expensive than fast food, further contributing to poor health. This poor health restricts their ability to work, learn, and engage with society, worsening their financial situation. Mental health concerns. The constant stress and anxiety of financial insecurity can lead to depression and other mental disorders. Lack of resources for professional help often leaves these conditions untreated, creating a vicious cycle that can impact generations. Children growing up in poverty are particularly vulnerable, facing higher risks of developmental issues, poor academic achievement, and social exclusion. These early disadvantages can have long-lasting effects on their future employment opportunities, income potential, and health. The wider impact of poverty. High poverty rates contribute to increased crime rates. Desperation can lead individuals to illegal activities. This also burdens social services and healthcare systems, stretching resources thin and impacting the quality of care for everyone. In many deprived areas of the UK, life expectancy is declining, signaling an urgent public health crisis. The vulnerability of single-parent and elderly households. Single-parent families are particularly vulnerable to poverty. Statistics show they are more likely to live below the poverty line compared to two-parent households. This is due to factors like restricted earning potential, increased childcare responsibilities, and lack of support. Elderly individuals relying solely on state pensions also face significant poverty risks. Rising healthcare costs and living expenses make it difficult for many to maintain a decent standard of living. Addressing the issue. Structural changes to social and economic policies are needed to reduce inequality. Implementing a taxation system that supports the poor, improving access to quality education and healthcare, ensuring a living wage, and creating more affordable housing are essential steps. Investing in mental health services is equally critical, given the profound impact of poverty on mental well-being. Community-based interventions can support those in poverty by bolstering social networks and offering resources for those struggling with addiction or at risk of homelessness. Conclusion. Ultimately, tackling poverty and its extensive consequences requires a concerted effort from the government, civil society, and communities. It is an investment in the future prosperity and health of this country, ensuring that everyone, regardless of their socioeconomic status, has the opportunity to lead a healthy and fulfilling life. Thank you for watching. If you found this information valuable, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.